Alright folks, my name is Jack Billing, CEO and founder of shedknives, and today I will be going into shipping times with shedknives and progress on CNC blades, why I'm going into CNC production, and why I'm moving away from handmade knives. So I've got a few great topics for today. As always, question of the day, or first question is, what knife are you carrying? Today I have the 2023 shedknives US Tonto 154 cm, but specifically in Day Glow G10 scales. So let me know what knife you're carrying today in the comments. I want to get that conversation going. Also, let me know what your favorite blade style is. That's something I've been wondering as well. But anyways, here we go. That's my knife, and let's get into the video. So shipping times. Let's chat about shipping times for a second. I had this amazing video filmed yesterday, but apparently my phone will not send the videos over to my editing software, so I get to do it twice. Yay. For 2023 models, this is how it's been. At first, I did not heat treat knives because I didn't think I had to heat treat them because of how thick they are. And I only did that for like one line, or like one run, until I was told you need to heat treat knives. Now I still stand on what I believe, and that you can't mess these things up even if they're not heat treated. But still, now I heat treat them so they're even better. So with the heat treat, here's how the current process works. I place my order for the water jet knives because they get cut out with a water jet. I place that order. It takes 4 weeks for it to be fulfilled and for it to arrive. So 4 weeks. Then it shows up to my shop. I take 2 days to grind, which are about 10 hours a day. So 2 days, 20 hours to grind. And then I mail the knives to the heat treat or the cryogenics facility on the 3rd day. So now we're at 4 weeks, 3 days. I mail it, takes about a week. So now we're at 5 weeks, 3 days for the knives to arrive. And then once they arrive, it takes another 4 weeks. So now we're at 9 weeks, 3 days. And then by the time it comes back, it's another week to get all the G10 assembled, the Kydex sheaths done, the boxing. So now we're at 10 weeks, 3 days. That is a very long time. And to do the math on how many runs I can do per year, that's about 5 runs of knives per year. That is a pretty low number. That is pretty slow, and I am not for slow. I do not like slow. So, also, one last thing about the shipping times, then we'll go on to solutions, because I don't want to talk about problems all day long. The last thing about this is that the shedknives movement has been growing very fast, which means more and more people are buying knives. So when I get 50, 80, 100 people who buy knives in just a few weeks, that is very, how do I say this? It's great, but it also adds on to the time because I was used to doing maybe 20 blades during that week, where now when you throw in 80 blades, that pushes out my time a little bit. So I know I've sent some emails giving expected ship dates, but then between the cryogenics facility pushing out their ship times, and then also me having to prioritize orders and see, okay, who ordered first, who ordered last, and then just kind of fill out that priority. Shipping times have been pushed out. Now here's my solution. You'll see that I got a CNC machine. I actually have 2 of them. One of them is for the G10 scales. One of them is for the knife blanks and the grind. What that will do is allow me to push knives out a lot faster than 10 weeks and 3 days. Takes a whole lot less time to do that. For example, these US Tonto scales I can do in about 3 minutes, or one scale is 3 minutes, so 2 of them is about 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. That's pretty fast. The knife blank, I've heard that it can be done within an hour depending on how you set up. I have not done any CNC blades yet, so I'm just going to stick to that hour to 2 hours, but we'll just say it's 2 hours. Okay, so now we're at 2 hours and 6 minutes. Then the Kydex sheath, that's another 15, including the clip and all that stuff. So now we're at, what, under 3 hours, the knife is done. That is very, very fast compared to waiting in the mail truck. My 100 blanks are waiting at the cryogenics facility for 3 weeks. That is a lot faster. And I'm all about speed. I'm all about quality, though. So with these better machines, that's going to bring higher quality. Now, let's transition into the CNC conversation. Jack, why are you moving to CNC, or are you moving away from handmade knives? Well, hopefully I already answered that question in one way, which is speed. Rule number one, speed. Specifically with production, it's speed, it's quality, we got stuff to do. We cannot just be waiting around, letting knives sit in the mail truck for weeks at a time. That is not how I like to roll. Okay, and with the CNC stuff, it's a lot faster, it's precise, it's way more accurate than me doing these G10 scales by hand. Because yes, I've gotten better over the weeks, over the months I've gotten much better, but the machine can do it fast, and it will do it at the same speed, at the same quality every single time, and that's what I'm looking for. Also, why am I moving to CNC blades? Well, it's a matter of scaling. Okay, I'm trying to grow shed knives. I'm trying to reach more people. I'm trying to get my blades in the hands of more people. And scaling, for any of you who are aware of business concepts and business strategies, or if you're not, well, here's a new one. Scaling. Basically, if I can do, would you say, 100 blanks a week on one CNC machine, well, if I get two, now I can do 200 blades a week. It's pretty much how scaling works. And same thing with employees. If you have one employee that can do 100 knives a week, if you have two, you should assume you can do 200 knives a week. So having CNC machines aids in scaling because it's accurate, it's precise, the machine does not lie to you, and I can see, okay, well, I need to make more knives, so it's time for another machine. And that way I can scale faster. And then also handmade knives. Let's move to the handmade conversation. I'll be honest with you, I was not put on this planet to make handmade knives for the rest of my life. Not my thing. I can appreciate and admire the people, the many people, by the way, who that is their life mission, that is their life purpose. I can totally admire that. I can appreciate it. I can find value in their effort. I think that's great. That's just fine. If it works for them, no problem. But for me, Jack Billings, I was not meant to make handmade knives and hammer steel for 40 and 50 years. Just not my thing. And that's okay. If it's your thing, great. That's okay. So I am taking the steps to move away from handmade knives into a more factory setting. Now what I don't want to do is move to a factory knife that doesn't have that handmade feel. I want to have a nice, I want the knife to still feel quality, like it's a dense blade. People pick my knives up, they're like, wow, that's a tough blade, that's a dense blade. And I don't want to lose that through my factory production, which I know how to keep it, just something I don't want to lose. Where a lot of manufacturers, they started out doing handmade knives, and then now their factory blades are kind of, they're okay, just, I don't want to be okay. I want to be great. And every step I take needs to be great. And that's what you guys help me do. You help me stay educated in this field of knife making. You help keep me engaged with it and constantly learning and new steels and new materials and new ideas. So I really appreciate that. And if at any time you have a request, you can either comment it below or you can send me an email, sales@shedknives.com. Let me know what you're thinking, what you want to see, and we'll go from there. But anyways, I have about 17 knives. This is one of them, by the way, to get out into the mail because the people need their knives and I need to get knives out to these people because some of them have been waiting very patiently for quite a while. So I'm excited to get you your blades. Whoever's getting this US Tonto, I usually have a name on it, but I just took the name off for the video. So this US Tonto, if this is you watching, then thank you very much. Anyways, folks, if you like knife content and you have not hit the subscribe button, what are you doing? You gotta hit the subscribe. I found that like 60% of viewers have not hit the subscribe button, and you're just missing out. I'm beginning to post daily. There's a lot of shorts, there's a lot of community posts, there's a lot of great knife resources, and I encourage you to follow along and join the Shed Knives movement. If you want a knife like this 2023 Shed Knives US Tonto, you can go to shedknives.com. I say it in every video, but why do I say it in every video? It's because I don't take sponsors, folks. I get plenty of emails of people saying, Jack, can you put this LED flashlight in your video? Can you put this campfire in your video? Can you put this, that, and the other? No, I will not take sponsorships because I make knives. I'm not trying to deviate from other things. If you want to support Shed Knives, you can go to shedknives.com and pick up a blade. And also, last thing, my friends, if you know an outdoor or knife enthusiast who may find value in this video or the Shed Knives channel, I encourage you to hit the share button. Anyways, folks, my name is Jack. I make knives, and I'll see you in the next one.